it was hard to go to sleep. A wide range of emotions during that game. I finally went back and watched the film late last night. I woke up in the middle of the night and went back and watched it and just enjoyed watching our team compete for 4 quarters and wasn't pretty, but we got it done.
We got it done, 16-14 over Lake Forest. It started out, that first 2.5 quarters were 16-0, and then boy, things just got they got physical and they crept back in.
Yeah. I mean, it was a physical game throughout. I thought defensively, I mean, we were really good throughout the game. Minus the one big pass play, and our kid's in pretty good position. That's a great throw, great catch, and that kid's a heck of a football player. And the quarterback put it on the money, and they made a play. And so that I thought that kind of got them back in the game because we were just so dominant defensively. I mean, you look at it, 2 first downs in the first half, 6 first downs for the whole game. Just really a dominant defensive performance throughout. And our offense comes out that first drive, and I mean, we just go right down the field and just put together a tremendous drive. And then, Rock gets the pick to set up the second score, and then, and then we get the big block punt right at the end of half by Jackson that sets up the final score of the half, and you go into half feeling really good about things, and you just want to come out early in the second half and establish yourselves. And we put together some drives in the second half, but penalties kind of put us behind the sticks a few times. We just couldn't put anything on the board. So but that's a great defense that we went against. It's the number 1 scoring defense in the nation. They're terrific on defense. They have a terrific football team. I was telling people before the game, this is going to be a playoff type game. 2 really, really good teams going at it. And, boy, it lived up to the billing.
It sure did. And we were referring to the picture that's on the website, both ours, thanks to Nathan Believa, and Monmouth College's. That picture says it all because, really it changed with that interception. And then walk us through. I'm not going to give away all the details. Walk us through from that interception about 4:10 in the fourth quarter, what happens.
Yeah, so, I think even the interception might even been later. The one that Nick got, Rock, I think was at 4:10. But Rock gets the interception at 4:10. We end up punting again. They get good field position, and then Nick Harris, makes an unbelievable interception, knocks himself out on the play. He asked while he's laying on the ground, "Did I catch it?"
Bless his heart.
Yeah, so. Just what an effort to make that play. And it looked like that was going to be the game-sealing interception. We just got to get 1 first down and, get a good positive run on first down and then, really don't do anything after that. And then we got to punt the ball. And, the thing they blocked one last year. I was worried about it again this year. And, one of our guys made a mistake, one of our personal protectors, and just didn't pick up his guy, and that's the guy who blocked it. And so you just go, feeling like you're going to win the ball game to feeling like you're going to lose. Just a gut-wrenching loss. And our guys go out there, and I see they're coming out right away for the field goal, and I just told all our guys, I said, everybody go. Like if they run a fake at that point.
They run a fake.
Right. Hats off to them. And, Tevin Baker, unbelievable, just gets the hands up and blocks it. And, and our guys are able to celebrate after that. So, yeah, it was unbelievable range of emotions just in a matter of minutes,
That is a great effort by your special teams. Isn't it amazing how much special teams plays a role?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you look at, the block punt led to a touchdown, late in the first half. That was a huge, huge game changer for us, getting 16 points on the board. And then, obviously, we miss an extra point, and that could have been huge for us. Mm-hmm. And then they block a punt, and, A.J. Jackson was incredible in their return game for them. All day. He's such a weapon in the return game, and I thought we did a great job, keeping him under wraps for the most part. But, man, he's dangerous. So, it's a huge part of the game. And, I'm just proud of the way our kids fought for 4 quarters.
Yeah, congratulations, Coach, on another very impressive win. I say impressive because you got it always goes down to that last play of the game and not giving up.
Yeah, you just never know. You never know what play is going to decide it, and obviously, that's not the way we drew it up. We were thinking, we were hoping to kind of cruise in the second half and finish them out, and we just kept letting them hang around. Some turnovers in the second half really hurt us. 2 big fumbles. The second one led to a score by Lake Forest that really got them back in it. But I felt like when we gave up that first touchdown, you could just see the whole momentum of the game shift. And they're a great defense, and they bucked up in the second half and did a great job stopping our offense.
Well, you said they're the number 1 scoring defense in the nation?
Yeah, they are.
That's
number 1 scoring
yeah.
defense in the nation, yeah.
Well, the physicality, that 2 fumbles, we don't typically do that, but physicality can play a big
well,
role.
It was a physical game on both sides of the ball. You look at, and I talked to our guys, and they almost made a liar out of me. I talked to them. The last 2 years, they had rushed for 221 yards and 21 against us, and 231 yards and 22 against us, and had really outrushed us in both those games. And I said, hey, in every game we played this year, we've won when we've outrushed our opponent. And I just said that's going to be a huge key to this game. The more physical team's going to win, and we outrushed them, and they almost made me a liar. We tried to lose it there at the end.
But you didn't. And so that puts us at, 7-1 now?
In the conference,
okay.
Yep. 7-1, 7-2 overall.
Right. And that puts us in a tie with
Illinois College.
Okay,
yep.
with Illinois College.
Yep.
They've got Beloit and we've got Knox. This is always a special game against Knox for your seniors, just in general. We don't lose to Knox.
Well, it's a rivalry game. You play it for a reason. We have great respect for what Coach Wiltz is doing over there with their program. They're the number 1 rushing offense in the conference. They run a very potent triple option attack. Their quarterback is terrific. They feed him the ball a ton, and he's really, really good. A great decision maker with running the football. Do a great job spreading it around. It's going to be a challenge for us. It's just the triple option. You don't see it, so it's so unique from everything that we've seen all year, so, it's going to be a tough week of preparation. They're playing well defensively. He does a great job with their program.
Yes. And what will be different from last year's game? Well, the weather will be very different
from
last year's game. It was snowing last year at Knox. What's different about this triple option team from last year to this year?
Well, if you look at last year's game, they go right down on us on the first drive and move the ball, and then Cal Williams gets hurt, their quarterback, and when he goes out, they just become a completely different team,
Okay.
So, he if he can stay healthy, he is really good. I think he's the number 1 rusher in our conference. He is dynamic. He is tough. He's everything you look for in a triple option quarterback. He's a veteran. I think he's a 5th-year guy for them. He is terrific. So,
those things all make a difference.
Yeah, when he went out last year, he's a huge part of what they do, and it was just a big difference when he went out of the game.
Yeah, you're right. I'd forgotten about that because it was so cold.
Yeah, sure.
But because we had a very nice win over Knox last year. But they come to town this year, and like you say, it's one of the longest running rivals in the nation.
Yep.
We're so fortunate, just 15 miles apart.
For sure.
To have this great turkey bowl. And the triple option, how will you defend that? What are you going to talk to the guys about this week?
Yeah, it's assignment football. It's you got to do your job. You can't worry about doing somebody else's job. You got to have great eye discipline and just focus on your key and do your job. It's when you get in trouble is when you try and do somebody else's job and then you miss an assignment, and all it takes is one missed assignment and they're off and running, and they have answers to everything that we're going to do. They're really well coached. He's been running that triple option for a long time, and so we're just going to have to be a great tackling football team. We can't allow a lot of yards after contact. That's going to be huge. Mm-hmm. When you get the triple option team, if you can get some negative plays and get them behind the sticks and get them uncomfortable throwing the ball, that's where you can have success on defense. So
How do they have a certain number of times that they run or they pass with this triple option? Are you able to ascertain which side this quarterback likes? Does he roll out first? What have you seen?
Yeah, I mean, they're a run first team, but they can throw the ball too. That's what makes it dangerous. They run some sprint out stuff where they throw it really well on the run. They throw drop back stuff. They really have a multiple attack, with what they're doing.
Okay. And as far as defense, you're going to work on the assignment football discipline, like you say, making sure we stick the tackles, of course. What about offense for the Monmouth College Fighting Scots?
Yeah, to be honest, I have not watched much of Knox's defense. We haven't followed them in very many games, so I really haven't seen a ton of them yet. I know the games I have seen, I noticed their defensive ends do a great job putting pressure on the quarterback. They're always really solid in coverage and what they do. So they're going to be a challenge. Our offense is, obviously, we didn't play to the standard of what our offense has been, throughout the year. We averaged, I think, 40 some points a game, and we got 16 last week.
Right.
So we're going to have to be better offensively, and for us, it all starts with running the football. We got to run the football better than what we did a week ago. That's when we're dangerous, is when we can run the football. And then we got to make big plays in the passing game with our receivers out there that are dangerous threats anytime they catch the ball.
And how important is it that it's a home game for us, even though it's 15 miles up the road?
Yeah.
They both bring – Knox always has a good crowd too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, anytime you're playing at home, the energy of a home crowd, senior day, there's going to be passions. But it's a rivalry game. They're going to have energy. It looks like, we're going to have, at least one more week of play. I think even – if we lose this game, we're still going to play the next week in a bowl game, the way things I think are going to shake out. For them, this is it. This is their grand finale, so this is their bowl game. They're going to bring everything they got to this game, and we're going to have to come ready to match their intensity.
Okay. Well, no doubt that we will. How many seniors you got going into the night? Or the afternoon, I should
honestly,
say.
I haven't even looked at it yet, but I think we're somewhere around 23 or so. So we got a big group. Hopefully we can convince some of those guys to come back for a fifth year. So that's what I'm hoping. Hopefully I can do a good sales job and try and get a bunch of those guys back for one more.
Wouldn't that be nice? Remind people again when the game is, because it's an hour earlier.
Yeah. So it's a noon start on Saturday, with every game, the final week of the season with daylight savings time flipping over. So we start at noon on Saturday. So an hour earlier, make sure you show up and show out.
Absolutely. Be at the stadium. Let's see, 11:40 pregame show on WRAM, but free and open to the public for some great football on Saturday.
Absolutely, yeah. It should be a beautiful day. A lot better than last year. Hopefully, no snow flurries this year, and sun shining and some nice weather. Should be a great day for football.
Go get them, Coach. Let's get the win.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. That is Fighting Scots football coach Chad Braun with us.